thrilled to introduce today's webcast speakers, and the title of today's webcast is An Insider's View on Schneck Medical Center's Journey Toward Becoming a 4-time Magnet Designated Organization, which is amazing. Schneck Medical Center has been a client of Quality Reviews for about a year and a half now, so it's been an honor to work with the folks at Schneck. So without further ado, what I'd like to do is make the introduction. But before that, as the audience gets online, please feel free to type in the chat box where you're from. It's always cool to see where everyone's tuning in from, especially in this day and age of virtual conferences and virtual meetings. So feel free to type in where you're from, and I'll get it started off. I'm actually in the San Francisco Bay Area. So feel free to do that. And then just some housekeeping tips. Feel free to have questions. And if you do have questions, please feel free to enter them in the Q&A box or the chat box. And we'll get those queued up so that at the end, the folks can get their questions answered. So again, without further ado, I'm going to introduce our 3 speakers today. First is Amy Pettit, and she's the Vice President of Patient Care Services and the Chief Nursing Officer at Schneck Medical Center. Next, we have Cheryl Tiemeyer, who is the Director of Patient and Long-Term Care Services at Schneck Medical Center, and Rachel Stangland, who is the Nursing Excellence and Innovation Supervisor, also at Schneck Medical Center, which is based in Seymour, Indiana. So I'm going to turn it over to these 3 lovely ladies, and wanted to really thank Rachel, Amy, and Cheryl for their time today. So I'm going to turn it over to you guys.
Thank you, Dr. Shin. This is Sherry, and actually I'm going to start us off here today. And I want to be sure and thank the people at Q Reviews for asking us to present today. We feel like we have a good story to share with you. The 3 of us have a lot of knowledge and experience at Schneck specifically and in these topics, so hopefully we'll be able to answer any questions that you have. So as far as the objectives for today, they're pretty clear as far as how Q Reviews supports us on our magnet journey, identifying how to satisfy those magnet requirements, the barriers that we may have run into, and just a review of the organizational patient satisfaction outcomes based on how we've transitioned to Q Reviews. Just a little bit about Schneck. We are a independent community hospital in southern Indiana. We have about 300 physicians. We have getting close to 1,100 employees at this point. You can see our annual statistics over on the right, which keeps us pretty busy. Just a few of the outcomes that we have that we think are helpful in kind of telling our story. We've been around since 1911, and we just see most of these things as results of our pursuit of the ways to provide care to our community. We were the first organization in Indiana to become a Malcolm Baldrige National Quality Award winner in 2011. Schneck has been designated a magnet hospital 3 consecutive times, which there's only 2% of the nation's hospitals that have achieved that. And actually, to clarify, we are working on our 4th designation at this point, which Rachel's going to speak to here in just a few minutes. We continue to be a 5-star rated hospital. And from an engagement standpoint with our staff, we always feel it's important to share that we have 80% of our employees that are members of our employee-driven arm of the Schneck Foundation, and that exceeds the national average by about 30, or the national average is 34%. So we feel like our staff is always really engaged, and that's why we have gone to this.